Laughing aloud now, magic in the air. Wands roll around us, cast away our care. Friends in the hallways, adventures we find. Spells and enchantments, trouble on our mind. That's so wizardful, oh, oh, oh. Life is a spell we know. We're casting joy and glow, oh, oh. That's the wizard show. Mischief in the classroom, potions gone astray. Flying through the quad, now brighter every day.
D&D Beyond informs hundreds of people they can't get their player's handbook because they don't have enough money. What? Honey, where's my player's handbook? So this story was brought to us by one of our followers, and a couple other people have chimed in on as well. Links down below to both D&D Beyond and the individuals who told me about this. D&D Beyond sent out emails to people who pre-ordered the 2024 bundle. The email was a notification that pre-orders of the 2024 Player's Handbook physical were copied due to payment not successful. This is not just one individual. This is several hundred individuals. I paid PayPal, and after a quick check, everything looked good on my end, so I reached out to Wizards, where I had to submit a ticket. Out of curiosity, I checked the D&D Beyond community boards to discover that this has happened to several people. Based on the comments, it wasn't just people who used PayPal that were affected, but other people who paid for the physical copy through other ways are being informed they don't have enough money or their payments aren't going through. Digital wasn't affected. Now, is this an error on Wizards' part, an error on PayPal's part, an error on D&D Beyond's part, or just simply another example of Wizards of the Coast employees not communicating because, you know, they fired the guy whose job it was to make sure things like this don't happen? Number of people affected keeps growing. Initially, PayPal charged them the full amounts, but then they received emails that the PayPal was charging back the amount to just the money for the digital because the physical copy can't be shipped because payment not successful. Now, Wizards has never informed, as of this, Wizards has not informed anybody that they did that. This one individual was only aware of it because they happened to check their PayPal. They are responding on the boards and claim they're working on it. We also got one from another individual who informed us that they too attempted to communicate with Wizards regarding this issue, and they too were informed that Wizards is working on it. Later on yesterday, D&D Beyond sent out a mass email telling people that they were attempting to reprocess the orders and that they might take another 24 hours. Then we have other individuals informing us that they happened to them. They placed the order for the physical and the digital, received the digital just fine. When it came time for Wizards to ship the physical copy, Wizards is informing them that they can't ship the copy because the physical copy can't be shipped because they don't have enough money. Payment not successful, despite the fact their bank accounts show that the PayPal was charged. The money went through, and then Wizards said, oh no, your money isn't good, and then sent them back a large chunk of the money, but didn't tell them they were sending them back. Now let's check the community updates to see what are the latest information on this is from Wizards. Oh, look, nothing. The community update hasn't been updated since June. Let's check the forums, because people have been saying this is on the forums. Now, I'm not sure which part of the forum it would be on. Maybe just news and announcement. No. Hey, the December perks that you can't use are available now. No. If they were on the boards, they're not there now. But hey, look, they are working on another errata. Ooh, and there's even considerations of a second printing. How do I know that? Because somebody contacted me and informed me that they'd canceled their first printing after this thing happened, and they're waiting to see if Wizards is going to do a second printing with all the errata added in, and they are led to believe that, why, yes, we will do a second printing. So expect a second printing of the Player's Handbook to cover all the mistakes and the errata that they found in the first handbook. But again, when we go to news and announcements, nothing. There's no announcements on this. Maybe it's in a different form. I don't know. Maybe it's on the D&D Beyond feedback form. No. Maybe it's on the bugs and support form. Nope. Last time that was updated was July 9th. How about general discussions? Ah, here we go. Here's one from September 5th. No, this says it was shipped on. We will be shipping on the 17th. But now no updates on that. As far as when this was written, they were still under the impression that they would be getting their physical copy of the Player's Handbook by the 17th. So as of today, there are several hundred people who paid for the physical copy, paid for the super special deluxe bundled so that they would receive the printing of the physical copy when it shipped on the 17th. Mind you, once again, there were 3,000 copies of the physical Player's Handbook available at Gen Con, despite the fact street date was the 17th. Several friendly local game stores have received the Player's Handbook with their Magic the Gathering shipment, despite the fact the street date is the 17th. Now, as the street date gets closer and closer and closer, we have all these people being told, oh, we can't ship you the Player's Handbook because you don't have enough money. Payment not successful. PayPal says, that's not us. Wizards of the Coast says, we're working on it. People who paid for it through other ways besides PayPal are going, hey, that happened to me too. So Wizards of the Coast would have us believe that this happened with everybody's bank and Venmo and PayPal? Or is this just a flaw in Wizards AI? Or is it just another lack of communication? Now, I know a lot of people are going to put on their tinfoil hats and say this is just another sign of Wizards being insidious, and this is similar to the Pinkertons, and they're telling people they can't ship it because they're trying to rob them, or the physical copies don't really exist. Well, we know that's not true. The physical copies do exist. There were 3,000 of them at Gen Con. We've seen them. Stephen Glicker showed us them, so we know there are physical copies. We also know those physical copies have mistakes. We need at least 2 erratas now. One we've already got, another one they're working on, plus the possibility of a second printing. Is that true? Knowing Wizards' track record, I'm leaning more towards yes, it is true, but we'll wait and see. I do expect 90% we will see at least one more errata and anywhere up to 5, between 1 and 5 more erratas. I'm guessing at least 1 or 2 more, but I wouldn't be surprised. But how is it that so many different individuals using so many different methods of payment are all receiving the same warning? Now, if it was just one method of payment, we could say, hey, that's something wrong with PayPal. But we have individuals who paid for it through credit cards, through Venmo, through all the other ways you can take money out of your bank and throw it at Wizards. And they're all being told the exact same thing. As of this morning, the latest news from the emails I'm getting and the texts I'm getting is that Wizards is working on it. That staff of 1. So see, once again, this isn't really Wizards being insidious. It's not like the Pinkertons thing or the OGL thing. It's Wizards just being dumb. Is it just another fallout from them firing so many people? The heart and soul, the engine that runs Wizards of the Coast, all the people who actually do something are gone. And Wizards is slowly replacing them with brand new people who have no idea how to do the job, who will do it for less money. So when you hire the guy who's willing to work for $5 and the last guy you were paying $10, well, you're going to get a guy whose skill level is $5. Or even less, you're going to get the guy whose skill level is $2 and you're paying him 5, so you don't have to pay the guy who actually knows how to do their job 10. So there was somebody, several somebodies, whose job it was to make sure things like this don't happen. They're gone. They've been replaced with the AI that Chris Cox is so excited about. I'm so excited about the AI. It's so much fun to play with. I know 30 different people who are using it. No, you don't. Stop lying. Everybody's going to be using the AI to play D&D. Nobody's going to be using the AI to play D&D if this is just another example of how crappy the AI is. We're not going to have any more living people. We just can have the AI do everything. Oh, look at the AI. It's printing up the games. It's printing out the art. It's somehow telling hundreds of people they don't have enough money. Now, every one of those people who contacted me, I said, dude, check the bank. Not that I think Wizards is insidious, but anytime cash leaves electronic place 1 and goes to electronic place 2, there's always a chance with all the identity theft and malware and shit that cash actually went somewhere else. And people who did check the bank showed that, yes, the money for the player's handbook was returned. So Wizards tried to charge them and then wasn't able to charge them because payment not successful. Payment not successful usually means you don't have the money in your account, except that's not true. If it was just one person, sure. But it was hundreds of people. Payment not successful number 2 could be, well, there's a glitch in the matrix and we're going to just wait to fix it. Except it happened on multiple formats. So now it feels like everything is Wizards' fault. Whatever the problem is on the Wizards store, it's their fault. The AI isn't able to process all this information from all these different sources going, here, take my money. So the AI is simply saying, I don't see any money. I'm not smart enough to resolve this problem. And the guy whose job it is to resolve this problem, you know, the accountant, the guy in charge of physical media sales, well, they're not here. Instead, I got Joe, who just graduated from college and will do this job for $5 an hour. I'm Joe. I can press buttons. Now, hopefully these individuals will receive their player's handbook sometime between now and Christmas. And possibly even in a perfect world, Wizards of the Coast will apologize and admit that it was their fault. It doesn't bode well, though, that since the printing of the physical book that we saw at Gen Con, it does exist, Wizards. You can't say it doesn't. You sold 3,000 copies of it at Gen Con to the announcement of one errata. So all those people who bought the physical copy at Gen Con, hey, there's going to be an errata. We fucked up. Don't worry. We'll send it to you for free as long as you use D&D Beyond to get it. We're not going to actually mail it to you. How 1980s. Mail you the errata for free? No. You can get it online. But okay, and there might be a second errata. Possibly even a third. Maybe even a fourth. And now that there's going to be so many erratas, we're kind of thinking maybe we should do a second printing. You know, a 2024 D&D 5.6.1.3. Because we've never done that before. No. This will be the first time we've ever made that mistake. Oh, wait, no, unless you count 3.5 and the re-release of 4. Actually, this seems to happen a lot, Wizards. I wonder why. Because we know you play tested it and we know it was available. You had plenty of time to look at it. How could this happen? How could so many people be informed that they can't get their player's handbook because payment not authorized? Sorry, you don't have the money. Even though your bank account shows you have the money, PayPal shows you have the money, your credit card company shows you have the money, our computer says you don't have the money. I don't know about you, but this is one of those times when you just got to shrug and say, that's so Wizards!
We're laughing aloud now, magic in the air. Wands swirl around us, cast away our care. Friends in the hallways, adventures we find. Spells and enchantments, trouble on our mind. That's so Wizards.